G'day everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We're back in Yanath's estate, and in the previous episode we finally broke the curse for Oscar Fevres. And yeah, we've been sort of poking around these wooden chests and trying to see if we can find this crossbow. But you know what, I'm gonna leave things alone. We're in trouble already, and I don't really think I need to look at all of the stuff in here. The only thing that I want to do next, though, is just have a quick chat with Oscar, and he's sort of waiting for us in the atelier. So let's go ahead and meet him there, and apparently, well, I think, anyway, we're going to be getting a painting of ourselves. So let's see if that is the case. Oh. There's spikes there. I don't know what's going on with these spikes, in fact. Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't need to, like, go over to this side, because otherwise, yeah, that'd be a bit problematic. But let's have a chat with him.
Here he is, the hero of the hour! Brushes are oiled, the canvas prepped, and you... well, you're comfortable. That's the main thing. So, shall we begin?
There's something wrong with what I'm wearing?
No, of course not. As an artist, I want to capture your true essence in this portrait. Bloodstains and all. Oh, of course, if you do want to freshen up first, I'm more than happy to wait. After all, it will be seen by generations to come.
Alright, well, on second thought, I might need a moment.
Take as long as you need.
Alright, so, well, I mean, that's our cue to go back and do a long rest, I suppose. Little bit wasteful, but that's okay. We've got plenty of the camp supplies anyway. And I wonder if I should just switch to a different set of companions this time around. I do quite like running the OG crew, but, you know, I do miss Holson and his haste spores, and I do miss Karlak as well, being our primary bruiser, although Minsk also takes on that role now, doesn't he? So yeah, anyway, let me check in with various people. I don't really know if people have anything new to say.
Voss will be pleased with our progress. Come, to the underground. We must show him the Orphic hammer.
Yeah, so speaking of that, we are probably going to be speaking to Voss a little bit later on once we have the painting.
Copper for your thoughts? You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full.
I can't really switch out Lae'zel, can I?
Bye-bye.
Let's back out of that. As much as I would like Karlak to be part of the group, but
what's on your mind?
I think I'll keep Lae'zel, you know, and she's gonna be the tank for a little bit.
Something?
I don't think people really have anything new to discuss, so I'm going to just quickly pick up Holson. And I could probably switch out Shadowheart.
Father preserve you. An unwieldy number. You must cut some ready at your side.
And Minsk.
You will grow to like Jahira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
Chewing herbs and soap. Okay.
Miniature as Boo is, he is also giant. You will need to make room for us, my friend.
Yeah, so he can take Shadowheart's position, and yeah, hopefully this is a decent time. We do need to go into the Astral Prism. I don't know how we do that exactly. But yeah, let's have a rest. Okay, and there were suggestions to respec Minsk. Apologies, guys. I haven't exactly had the chance to look at all of the commentary in depth and actually apply it, so...
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
I'll leave
his tongue, lolls
the
out happily.
respecing of Minsk to a little bit later, and not worry about it right now. Yeah, unfortunately the furniture that we've destroyed doesn't sort of reappear or anything like that, so permanently destroyed. Oh well, probably gonna be a big bill when we check out eventually. Or, I mean, we've been here forever now. I don't think they're going to be charging us, right? So, first things first though, let's maybe do that Heroes Feast. I think that's probably important for us. And we'll get Lae'zel in the mix here as well.
Eager for battle.
As we should be able to have it applied to the entire party that's going out.
So that's progress.
So let's put her there. She'll walk slowly back to her position.
Yes.
There we go. Alright, let's grab food.
Never a dull moment.
Alright, and anything else we need to prepare for before we leave? I don't think so. I just love, you know, watching Minsk's randomness. Do we have all companions that are available to us? I feel like with there being a few beds on this side, perhaps maybe there could have been another 4 different companions that we could travel with. I know there was one person that could have been a companion, one of the people from the Goblin camp, if I'm not mistaken, the Drow. But anyway, let's leave. And do I need to prepare before we do this painting? Just in case we find ourselves fighting, I suppose we should do the right thing and just prepare here and there. So, Olsen, probably also want to do a elemental. And I think that's it from Olsen's point of view. We should get Longstrider on. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's do speak with animal. And I might take an elixir of sea invisibility, just in case. I know we only have like a couple of these though. So I'm sort of hoping this will last. Maybe I can hold off until we know for sure that we're about to get into fights where enemies might be invisible. Oh, there he is. Let's go back inside, have a chat with him.
Here he... Brushes are all... Well, you're comfortable. That's the main thing. So, shall we begin?
Yes, let's do it.
Wonderful. Stand yourself just there. And voila! All it needs now is a name. Something to capture the spirit in which it was created.
Ghost Whisperer. Let's not overcomplicate things. Portrait of an Adventurer is fine.
A very traditional choice. Perfect for such a dignified hero as yourself. Please, take it in for a moment. It's not every day one's face is preserved for posterity.
Alright.
Coloring's atrocious.
So we've completed that. The Hero of Baldur's Gate. I thought it was called Portrait of an Adventurer, though. Yeah, so... I don't really know if I'm going to be able to complete Find Dribbles the Clown, guys. So just being real with you guys, so we might fail that. Unless there's a way for us to come back to that later on, or... you know, maybe even parts of Dribbles is in the upper city, who knows? The Hero of Baldur's Gate. Legendary. 1,500 gold, but what is it good for, aside from selling? Perhaps maybe I should just keep it. Let's examine. Okay, can't even look at the portrait itself. Oh, and how fetching a face. Flawed and flawless. Why are people moving around? Maybe I clicked elsewhere. Oh, and how fetching a face. Flawed, flawless, elegant, hideous, pained, pleasurable. It seems to fit all such descriptions, and many more besides. Okay. Well, I think it's time to see Voss in that case. Let's just use one of our portals here. So, Undercity Ruins, I think, might get us there pretty quickly. Yeah, I think we need to take, like, the gondola. I can't remember if we can traverse through here. City sewers should be the right spot.
Frequents our camp, Olsen. He was turned from a red squirrel to a grey, all by one shocking sight. Minsk thinks you owe him an apology.
Apologize for partaking in one of nature's most solemn rites? That squirrel should be glad to bear witness.
No, Boo. I do not know what this has to do with the bears.
What are we supposed to be doing?
Wizard told us to watch for troublemakers. Shut up and keep your mucky little people.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Forget about all the grease here.
What's the name of that river down there?
Wizard called it the sewer.
Whatever it's called, it's impressive. And it tastes great.
Oh. Who the hell is this? Kuendos.
As surely as she has shackled the Gith.
Let's have a chat.
Come closer. Tell me what you see.
Consider the Dragonborn's face and mannerisms. Is there anything unusual about him?
His voice carries the weight of untold centuries, and his ridges are scarred with uncounted battles. This is no Dragonborn. This is a red dragon, the very same who carried Voss near the Gith crash.
Oh, okay, the one from that cutscene, are we saying? Has it transformed into a Dragonborn form? I know you, Red Dragon. Voss was riding you near Kreshielek.
It is so. Call me Kudenos, Master of Flames, Splitter of Skies. I will be the one to carry Voss into battle against Vlaakith. And I will be the one to breathe the flames that melt her.
A Red Dragon rebel? How many more of you are there?
More than I could count. We were pacted by the archdevil Tiamat and forced to serve the Githyanki. It is to the people that I'm loyal, not to the Lich Vlaakith, a corpse in Gith clothing. I know Orpheus, just as I knew his mother. A new future will be planted in the wake of the comet. Until we meet again, mortal. I look forward to fighting alongside you. Vlaakith will tremble at the sound of our roar.
Cool. Okay, was not expecting that. I guess maybe he only appears once we have the Orphic Hammer, or... Voss.
Have you brought the Orphic Hammer?
Where are the rest of your allies?
The remaining honor guard serve as my eyes and ears. Vlaakith's forces hunt you and the Prism. My allies have slayed more than you know, so that you might travel freely. As for those that break through, you've proven more than capable of bleeding them yourself.
I've retrieved the hammer.
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. The prophecy is one step closer to fruition.
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. First we'll defeat the Absolute, then we let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
Is there any way I can convince you?
No, there is not. When I am done with the Gith Princeling, you may do with him as you like, but not a moment before.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought.
Orpheus sensed the tadpole before, and his guard attacked. Won't he attack if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Gith. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Getting into the astral prism will be complicated.
Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others. Istik, friend to Orpheus. Together we will end the Elder Brain which shakes this city. Then I turn my sights to Vlaakith, the Queen of Deceit. When you break Prince Orpheus free, his psionic cry will alert us. I will fly to your side. Together, we will fell the Elder Brain and thwart the grand design.
Okay, and he disappears. We showed Voss the Orphic hammer, and he gave us a powerful silver sword, the highest grade of weapon in Githyanki custom. He left to prepare for the revolution that will follow Orpheus's deliverance. And we've got this, which I think is only appropriate for us to give to Lae'zel. So let's just have a look at this thing and compare. Let's see. So definitely better than Soulbreaker. 1 to 6 psychic damage if used by Gith, and the Githyanki holding this weapon has advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, resistance to psychic damage, and cannot be charmed. Seldom caught unawares. Okay. So not like -2, I guess, if we take this sword. -2 on initiative rolls, that is. But I think for the damage amount, I think it's a definite upgrade. So cool. Suppose we just send this to camp for the time being. So one thing I'm not entirely sure of is how do we get into the astral prism in that case? Let's have a chat with Lae'zel.
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
Sure. Think on your knowledge of the Githyanki silver swords. What details did Lae'zel miss? Wow, that's pretty high. Oh, okay. Thank goodness for the guidance.
You recall another fact about silver swords. The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
Only Gith are permitted to wield these swords, right?
Only Gith's children may wield swords of silver. Unless a Githyanki grants the right in exceptional circumstance. The Illithid grand design nears. The true heir is shackled. These are exceptional circumstances. I grant my allies the right to my silver.
Okay, so I wonder if we didn't have that conversation beforehand, whether or not, you know, something could happen. What makes the silver sword so special?
A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path, and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare. The silver injures the body, the gate's flesh injures the mind, a formidable weapon against Gith.
Could this sword be enough to break Orpheus free?
Certainly not, or the Prince's honor guard would have already fractured his prison. Only the Orphic hammer can break Orpheus free.
Alright, good. So, we should wait for the next opportunity to enter the astral prism. I see, yes. Kithrak Voss has left to gather allies. We must find a way to enter the artifact and break Orpheus free. Confront the Elder Brain. I don't see anything in the journal for us to do further aside from confronting the Elder Brain, unless we have the ability to just simply go into the Astral Prism ourselves.
A curious ornate box. Its many sides are engraved with indecipherable glyphs.
Let's examine it.
No openings you can see, yet you sense something inside it.
I've seen markings like these. Ancient Githyanki inscriptions. Whatever this box, it's significant.
I'm kind of afraid of, you know, misstepping here and not getting the chance to go into the Astral Prism. So I'm not sure how we're supposed to get to the Astral Prison again. I'm glad that I haven't taken any elixirs or any other consumables here. Perhaps I do need to do another long rest? I don't mind doing that just for the sake of seeing if there's any story progression.
One day I'll catch a break.
I'm just gonna have a chat with Lae'zel.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
See if she has anything to say there.
Voss stands at the ready. All that remains is to return to the Astral Prism and break Orpheus free. How we get in remains to be seen.
Yeah, I don't know how we get back into the Astral Prism. If the Emperor is the one who lets us in every single time, like, is there a way for us to get to the Emperor then? Because it's not like he's just hanging around here, right? And then there's no clue in the journal. There is embrace your potential, which I intend not to do. But I wonder if that's a means to get into the Astral Prism. Well, let's have that rest. I just want to see if anything happens overnight, now that we've spoken to Voss. A big no. Which means that I feel the next step could be to just go to the Elder Brain and try to fight it.
Assume nothing.
And perhaps maybe we'll have the opportunity to enter the Astral Prism then?
No one's stopped me yet.
Yeah. Very questionable.
Reaction.
Oak Father, watch over yourself.
Yeah, just gonna have to go through this prep process again.
Let's move.
What comes next?
forgot that I did send this to Holson, didn't I? So he's using Woe at the moment, 3 to 11 damage. This is 3 to 13. I mean, look, it's not like we're going to use this as a blunt instrument, but maybe we just need to compare some of the buffs that we get. Heightened Necromancy. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against your Necromancy spells. And I feel like we've got a lot of Necromancy options, right? Blight, Bone Chill, more Blight here. I wonder if it applies to anything, including things like Halo of Spores, and there's a few other things that we can do in symbiotic entity form. Like spreading spores, for instance, this deals necrotic damage as well. I think it could be beneficial. Life Essence Harvest. They greedily absorb its energy and gain life essence until their next long rest. Affected entity has absorbed creature's essence, can use that essence to cast any necromancy spell without consuming a spell slot. Yeah, this seems really good, and I could just like recast Blight or something like that. It almost makes me feel like, should I reassess the spells that I've got prepared and perhaps maybe switch to more necromancy spells? But compare all of that to what we've got with Woe. Oh, hang on. Didn't we have lesser damage from Woe when I checked before? Maybe I wasn't looking properly. Staff of Spell Power. Arcane Battery. Alleviate the arcane burden of spellcasting with the power of this staff. The next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot. That could be nice. That's similar to what Gale has, right? +1 bonus to spell save DC and attack rolls. Arcane Vampirism. When the creature affected by your spells fails an associated saving throw, you regain 1 to 4 hit points. And then you get to use Blight. But that's kind of... like, if we do use Blight from there, do we consume a spell slot there? No. Okay, so that's the benefit of having that particular staff. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of the Staff of Cherished Necromancy. It doesn't give us +1 bonus to spell save DC. So that's a bit disappointing. But this is interesting. Question is, can I forgo Blight and gain Arcane Battery instead? It doesn't straight up mean that you will always be dealing like additional damage with necromancy spells, right? It's just that it might land more frequently. I think I'll go with Staff of Spell Power, to be honest. Ritually bound to its wielder, the weapon can't be knocked out of the wielder's hand. Arcane Vampirism. And Blight. This is very confusing, guys. Yeah, the damage numbers don't really... It's neither here nor there because... Yeah, we're not, like, hitting people on the head with it, so... I kind of feel like... Woe might be better, but I don't know. I'll switch to Staff of Spell Power. And again, I might seek your advice on that, guys, which one would be the better option. I'll maybe keep these staves for the time being. Let's do... What else do we need to do here? Yes, Longstrider.
Looking ahead. And these things have stayed interesting.
Okay, so time to
what path lies before?
Make our way to the Elder Brain. Because I really don't have any other leads on how to get into the Astral Prism. I'm hoping that our encounter with the Elder Brain might lead us there somehow.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Have to keep going.
Just be careful with traps, guys. I'm going the right way. I think so.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Alright, what now?
Okay, so this is where we turned back, right? Wonder if these cranium rats are going to turn around and attack us. Let's have a look at the chest. I'm also just sort of thinking, do I have the right elixirs and all that sort of stuff? Because perhaps maybe giving Lae'zel or Minsk, like Bloodlust, elixirs could be good. I don't know what kind of a fight we're about to, you know, get into here, so apologies. Let me just quickly prep a little bit. Okay, anything else we need? Don't think so. Yeah, I think we're looking okay. Fearless focus. If I've got some concentration spells. Arcane Cultivation, level 1 spell slots. Why is there no search function in this menu? I don't understand that. Let's give this to Lae'zel. Glorious Bolting. Universal resistance would be interesting, but this replaces other elixirs, doesn't it? I think perhaps maybe Gale has most of the arcane cultivation stuff. Level 2 spell slots. And level 4. I'll split this and I'll give one to Holson just in case we need it. Look, I think we're looking okay. Let's go back out there. Alright, let's see what we're about to face. Random severed head over here. Evading the Elder Brain. The Emperor, as interrogated by Gortash, Part 3. When we captured you, you were a rogue, an autonomous illithid beyond the power of the Elder Brain that transformed you. That is correct. When we brought you back into the psionic ambit of our hovering friend, the Absolute, your defenses were overwhelmed and you returned to your former servile state. Also correct. How did you escape the control of the Elder Brain in the first place? In my original humanoid form, I possessed an exceptionally strong personality, so much so that even after ceramorphosis, I was still substantially myself. Of course, I concealed this beneath a semblance of perfect servitude. And that's why the Elder Brain was willing to send you out of the colony on scouting mission? Yes, as I told you before. How long did you feign mental slavery before you were able to escape? 13 3/4 years. Until finally you were given a mission to Baldur's Gate, distant enough to be out of the Elder Brain's control. That is correct. Remarkable. That is correct. And you don't mind that we've brought you back under its psionic control? I am entirely devoted to the needs of our Elder Brain and its masters. You're not lying about that, right? Correct. That would be impossible. Okay, so we do have a portal out here. And apparently we need to take this skiff. So here's what I'd do, guys. So I'll do a quick save in case we don't actually get the opportunity to go into the astral prison, because, yeah, I mean, I don't really see any opportunity right now, so I'm assuming it will just simply happen. Once you enter this place, there is no turning back. You will no longer have access to your camp or the items stored there. New players will not be able to join your party. What? Right, guys, so I did a bit of a cut there because I decided to just jump online to see where the definitive end of the line or point of no return is, and I believe this is it. I seriously thought that there was going to be another act and we would be exploring the you know, the upper city of Baldur's Gate, but that's not the case. So I think we ought to say no here and go back to camp, and in fact we should be just preparing ourselves for the final battle. Not that I'm gonna do too much here, but I feel like bringing the OG crew is warranted. As much as I really like haste spores and all that sort of stuff with Halsin, I just feel like, you know, story-wise, it'd be cooler if we went in with Lae'zel, Gale, and Shadowheart. You know, the original 4 that started the entire journey. So that's the plan anyway. And speaking of Shadowheart, we might want to respec her a little bit. Hang on.
Did you want something? If not, I'm perfectly happy to just gaze upon you a while.
Let's
it seems like
get her to join.
Company already.
So
you need to figure out who you want.
Yeah. So Halsin can stay, and then we'll grab Gale to take over Minsk's spot.
We cannot afford to lose focus now. Not when the brain is so close. We press on.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
They all seem to have a little bit to say here.
Oh, nothing would give me great one.
As we approach the final battle.
Won't be long now. They'll pay for what they did to me.
Does everyone have something to say?
Can you feel it? That ache in your skull, that silent scream. The brain wants us for its puppets.
Including, you know, some of the other people in this place, like Volo. Maybe I should have a chat.
Just me, or is it hot in here?
So Karlach has a bit of a problem, right? Because she's still got that infernal engine burning up, and she may die from it. So I was seriously thinking that we could find some kind of method to cure her.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Mizora?
Ready and waiting.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
So, I thought we would be getting some kind of a quest line to do with finding out who Withers is.
I brought my own pen.
Someone did mention that there's something, some reading somewhere which may explain who he is a bit more.
Hail!
Yeah, I don't think a lot of these people say anything further.
Come! We've cracked through the brain city shell. Boo would like a nibble at its soft and squishy center.
We draw near to the beast's den, where it will be most desperate. I need no tadpole to feel that much.
The Netherbrain's lair. We may be near the end of all this.
My head throbs with every step. The closer the brain, the louder its call.
Okay, so... I think what we should do is have Shadowheart cast Hero's Feast. Just to get Gale in the mix, because... yeah, I didn't manage to have Gale get the condition, the thoroughly stuffed condition. I do also want to see if we can respec Shadowheart, because I still feel like she's probably not built the best way. I think perhaps maybe reducing the amount of dex and putting more into either, I don't know, strength or wisdom. Yeah, she just doesn't feel like she's doing a lot with, you know, especially her weapons and stuff like that. Let me have a look here. Blackguard's Plate. Magical Plate. All incoming damage is reduced by 1. Advantage on wisdom saving throws. Disadvantage on stealth checks. No AC bonus. That brings her up to over 20. That looks good. Elemental Absorption. Yeah, that looks good to me.
And these things have stayed interesting.
This way.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a little bit of prep here. Again, I was not expecting things to end so quickly, or for us to get to the end so quickly, so I may not be respecking the appropriate way here, but I'm gonna give it one last attempt.
Dost thou require a new...
And hopefully we can build something decent. So, Cleric, we can choose cantrips. I think instead of resistance, I'll do Toll the Dead. Guidance is still good. Yeah. And I do want her to still do War Domain. But it's her abilities, which I kind of want to play around with. Hang on. Is this right? Tempest, Nature... yeah, War Domain. Okay, so we do want to pump up her strength a little bit more. Wisdom a little bit more as well. And then Constitution as much as possible. So we spend the first feat adding a couple more points to both of these, but then another couple of points to strength. And yeah, I think that should be the way we sort of build out from there. I think I don't mind history and medicine, that's fine. So let's do our levels. So I'll ignore all of the preparing of spells, because we can just simply come back to all of that at the very end. Cantrips. So... I might switch to thaumaturgy because I'm pretty sure that we had resistance before, but we always use our concentration for something else. So this could be good if we don't really have any actions to take. Could be a, you know, a last resort type thing. Ability improvement, so let's do that. Accept that. Alright, another ability improvement. Let's go in with more strength. And I feel like with the next feat, I could just do a little bit more wisdom. It's tempting to take something like, you know, alert. To have her sort of go pretty early on in a round, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. Yeah, let's do an ability improvement, and I'll do a little bit more wisdom, just so that a lot of our spells do actually land when we're using it. But I intend to hopefully have her, you know, wailing away at enemies using her weapons. I don't know if the javelin that she's got, is it a javelin? Sorry, a spear rather. Whether or not that's still the best weapon for her. And perhaps maybe we could switch her out with a different weapon. 9 to 14 damage. I mean, Lae'zel's already got like a two-handed weapon. I'm wondering whether or not I want to give her a two-handed weapon as well. +2 from the shield. Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to be able to have her go above armor class 20. It should give him armor class 13 plus dex modifier. I wonder if I should be respecking Gale. I feel like Gale's been working pretty well so far though, so perhaps maybe I don't really need to worry too much about him.
My faith protects me.
Let me make sure that we've got the right spells prepared though. So I'm just gonna get rid of all spells here and we'll sort of build things from the ground up. So in terms of level 6, I think we want Hero's Feast. I'm just trying to think here, but if I do a long rest... what I could do is I could potentially save on the level 6 and use something else. Provided I can maybe quickly use Wholesome to, you know, level... sorry, not level up, but to do the Hero's Feast near the companions that we actually want to bring. That could work out for us. Anyway, level 1 spells. Definitely want Guiding Bolt. I could take Inflict Wounds. Bless. Cure wounds, healing word. Sanctuary would be good as well. So a lot of level 1 spells there. Level 2 spells. I could probably forgo Hold Person, as I feel like we're probably not going to be encountering any humanoids moving forward, although I could be wrong. Prayer of Healing can only be used outside of combat. We could always switch to that if we need to. I don't know. Maybe I'll still bring this just in case. Because there's the stuff about the Astral Prism and trying to break Orpheus free. I have no idea if we'll be fighting like Gith, for instance, at any point. Beacon of Hope. Could be good. Glyph of Warding has been very useful. Mass Healing Word. Don't know about Revivify. I think I'll take that. Guardian of Faith. Nope. Terrible spell. Death Ward. Banishment. I don't know about these level 4 spells. Just because we don't have any doesn't mean that we need, like, one of a certain level though, right? We can always just upcast certain spells. I'll take Insect Plague, Mass Cure Wounds. Then it'll be our level 6 spells, which, again, not entirely sure which one would be the best, but I reckon maybe Harm, provided we can get Hero's Feast from someone else. So we've got a few additional slots here, which maybe I should fill with something. Silence. Maybe we could do Prayer of Healing, just in case we get a chance to use it out of combat. I don't know if Daylight will be of any use. This is very confusing. Requires concentration here as well. Do something like that, I reckon. Okay, hopefully she's built all right. I'm looking forward to the comments of this particular video. I'm sure I've done things wrong somewhere, but hey, it's a decent reattempt, if you ask me. Just trying to think of whether or not there are any other weapons that we might want to use instead of what we're currently using. I wonder if the Blood of Lathander is any decent. So if I threw that in there, And let's say, just for argument's sake, if I have that in there, does that consume the level 6 spell slot? It doesn't. So that seems pretty powerful to me, being able to, you know, do Sunbeam. It is only one time though, per long rest, assuming that I will not be able to do another long rest after this. Then there's Moonbeam, Moon Mote. Moonbeam is a little underwhelming. Dark Vision. Lathander's Light. Sheds holy light in a 6-meter radius. In combat, fiends and undead standing in the light are blinded unless they succeed a saving throw. Once per long rest, when your hit points are reduced to 0, you regain 2 to 12 hit points. Allies within 9 meters also regain 1 to 6 hit points. Could be decent. I'm not planning on having her, you know, get close to dying, but maybe. It could be decent. Circlet of Hunting. Hunter's Eye. 1d4 bonus to attack rolls against creatures marked by Hunter's Mark, True Strike, Fairy Fire, and Guiding Bolt. I'm just trying to think of if there's any decent replacement here. Wielder has +1 bonus to saving throws against spells. Cover critical. While obscured, the number you'll need to roll a critical while attacking is reduced by 1. This event can stack. But it has to be while obscured. Helmet of Grit. An additional bonus action if we get down to below 50% hit points. Helldusk Helmet, Infernal Sight. You can see in magical and ordinary darkness up to a range of 12 meters. You cannot be blinded. Magical Durability, +2 bonus to saving throws against spells. Can't land critical hits on the wearer. That's pretty good. Although we have that from the shield that we're carrying as well, right? Immolating Gaze. I'm just trying to look at our shield options here. It doesn't seem like we've got too much. Shield of the Undevout. Foes have disadvantage on saving throws to resist your spells or actions that inflict fear. I'm just trying to think of whether or not Gale could do with a better shield. But he doesn't exactly use anything that casts fear. An additional level 1 spell slot. Could be interesting. I think we're getting the +3 bonus to initiative rolls a lot more often and more consistent than we would using this shield. So I think I'm not going to worry about switching that.
There is work to do.
Going back to helmets. Someone mentioned that the Steel Watcher helmet could be decent for Minsk. Which means maybe taking a look at his helmet. Would it be better if we threw that on to Shadowheart? Gain Dark Vision. The number you need to roll a crit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. You can't be frightened and cannot be afflicted with other emotion-altering conditions. I think so. And then... Not that we're really going to be coming back to Minsk. I don't know, I have a sneaking suspicion that... potentially... all of the party members might show up for, like, one final... fight. Where's the Steel Watcher helmet? Here. Can see in the dark up to 12 meters, cannot be blinded. Advantage on Constitution saving throw checks. I don't know, I almost feel like this is better. Yeah. Helldusk gloves. An additional 1 to 6 fire damage. Or we slap on Radiating Orb. Left, right, and center. I think this is probably better. Legacy of the Masters, arming enchantment, gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with weapons, strength saving throws +1. That looks good to me.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Let's get on with it.
I think weapon-wise, we're looking good. Helldusk armor. We're considered proficient with this armor while wearing it. Infernal Retribution. When you succeed a saving throw, the caster receives burning for 3 turns. Prime Aegis of Fire. You have resistance to fire damage and cannot be burned. Take 3 less damage from all sources. One thing that I'm sort of thinking about is if this straight up gives her AC 21, we could then forgo the shield and use a different weapon completely. The question is, do we have a weapon that we want to use though? Those look pretty badass, this armor. Clipping a little bit.
Like it's well be done.
Yeah, I almost feel like it might not be a bad idea for us to swap stuff that Minsk has. +2. I'm gonna keep this for Radiating Orb. I think a lot of people may make the argument that +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls would be more consistent for Shadowheart, but I think with Radiating Orb though, it lets everyone get a bit of a benefit, right? Affected entity has -1 to attack rolls for each remaining turn. Also sheds bright light in the surrounding area. Reduce the duration by 2 each time the entity makes an attack. So, yeah. -1 to attack rolls for each remaining turn, which means that they will miss a lot more often against, you know, friendlies. I think that's probably where I want that to be. And I think I might give that to Lae'zel instead. So she's been using Reaper's Embrace. It's been good for her, but I think it's time for a switch up. Can't land critical hits on the wearer, grants resistance to fire damage. I think this is better. Hull Dusk Helmet. Let's pop that off, switch that in there, and yeah, I think the reason why I've decided to do that is because we've got her using a shield, and that brings her up to 22, which is good. And I don't really see any other weapons that I want to go with. I'd probably stick with Lathander's Light. Or, sorry, the Blood of Lathander. Just so that we can utilize Sunbeam. Moonbeam... yeah, we also only get one chance to use it after a long rest. It recharges, so I'm thinking this is decent. I'm just trying to think of what else needs to be changed around. Let me send that to camp. I think we're looking good. Jeez. I feel like this episode has been just a lot of prep, but if we're coming into the very last segment of the game, then I'm sure the fight is going to be a bit of a challenging one. Who needs meals and stuff? Oh, everyone needs a bit of a meal, apparently. Okay, so... what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out... maybe... Shadowheart. No, I can't switch out Shadowheart because I need to walk her over here. I'll switch out Lae'zel with Holson temporarily.
An unwieldy number.
So blue can go there, Holson can go there, Shadowheart will have you moving all the way there.
Oakfather, watch over your servant.
Oh, hang on, why can't I do the long rest? Sorry, not long rest, Hero's Feast. Maybe I should just do a quick long rest now, just to recover all of our spell slots and whatnot.
haste.
What's next, I wonder?
Speak to me.
I think everyone is present. Let's do it. Alright. Good.
At once.
So now we should be able to switch back to Lae'zel.
One day I'll catch a break.
Is something... The party's full. You'll need to make room. Good.
Right, and... let's see. Trying to think about what else we need to prepare. One thing that I would like to check is to see if we can talk about the relationship with Shadowheart, considering we're at the end game.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Of course.
Whole. At last. Thank you for being by my side through all of this. I never realized I could have a true family. Or a true love.
Okay. Alright, and there's probably going to be a little bit more prep to do.
Salutations.
When we get back out. Let's do a little bit of preparing here. And...
Still alive, so that's progress.
Okay, are we happy? I'm sort of just questioning myself all the time here. I think I am, though there's probably one more thing I could try to do, and that is to see if I can do some, like, alchemy. That's for Gale. So I'll split this, actually. And we can give one to Shadowheart, one to Lae'zel. Battle Mage's Power. Heroism. So, some elixirs seem to replace the effects of other elixirs, while others don't. So... I need to be a little bit careful about that. Torch of Revocation, I don't need that anymore, I don't think. Sent to camp. So, Shadowheart should get one, maybe Gale. And we'll leave one for us. Okay. Hill Giant Strength. I'm sort of thinking... This elixir can be thrown at a target to apply its effects. Would that mean that we could bunch up an entire party's worth and just throw it to the ground and everyone might get a benefit out of it, or... Cloud Giant Strength is much better than Hill Giant Strength, it seems. Okay. Let's do a quick save. Man, I'm just looking at the episode here. This has gone on for a very long time. I am going to call it an episode here. When we come back, I think it's time, guys. We'll head out. We'll do just the very last bit of preparation remaining that we need to do. Long Strider and all that sort of stuff. I might experiment with the elixirs, maybe putting, you know, Cloud Giant strength on absolutely everyone, if it's even possible. And yeah, we'll see if we can make use of, well, everything that we have, really, to try and get to a decent outcome at the end of this game. But thanks for watching. Drop me a like down below. Obviously, looking forward to those comments. Stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one.